If you're suddenly feeling like you're seeing home equity investment ads everywhere on YouTube, Google, on podcasts, and even during live sporting events, you're not imagining it. HEI advertising has exploded over the past year, and here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not just younger cash-strapped homeowners that are clicking on these offers. In fact, more and more older homeowners are getting pulled in. Now, today we're going to dive into the details and hear from Shana Roach, who shares one story where a widow ended up with a very sizable repayment obligation. We'll do all that right after this short message from our sponsor, Liberty Reverse.
Liberty Reverse wants to help you grow your reverse mortgage business with our proprietary Equity IQ product suite. Equity IQ gives your borrowers access to more funds, lowers their upfront costs, and expands eligibility for home purchases. Learn more at partners.libertyreversemortgage.com today. This ad is intended for mortgage professionals only and is not a consumer solicitation. PHH Mortgage, doing business as Liberty Reverse Mortgage, is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 2726.
Welcome and thank you for joining us. The pitch is seductive, especially for cash-strapped homeowners. No monthly payments, no debt. Access your equity without a loan and avoid the HELOC trap of payment shock. For a homeowner that is feeling squeezed by inflation, medical costs, or has insufficient retirement savings, that message lands. It sounds simple, it sounds safe, and it may lead many homeowners to believe that a home equity investment contract, or HEI, is free money as a no-debt agreement without the stress of a monthly payment. But how HEIs are marketed is doing quite a bit of heavy lifting. And here's where that disconnect shows up, especially with the older homeowner who may be more risk adverse, but also is more inclined to trust financial marketing language at its face value. Many HEI agreements function economically like a deferred high-cost financing arrangement that is tied directly to future home appreciation. If the home appreciates, the homeowner gives up a meaningful portion of that future equity. Now, the danger is that many homeowners may not fully understand this arrangement, as evidenced by recent lawsuits and state regulatory actions against HEI companies. So to answer the question of just how much equity an older homeowner may forfeit with an HEI agreement, please welcome our guest, Shana Roach, a certified reverse mortgage professional with Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. Shana is based in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. You and I had a short discussion about a week ago, and you recounted a story that you had seen, an experience that an older homeowner had with a home equity investment contract. Someone in your branch had run into that. Can you explain a little bit further what that looked like and how much they borrowed, what was the obligation in the back end?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We had a lady come to us last year. She had a property up in Northern California, and she was 79 years old. In 2018, she took out one of these HEIs. And at that time, her house appraised for $1.5 million, and she had a $600,000 mortgage on her home. So we didn't have enough equity to do a full reverse mortgage, and she went off on the path to do an HEI. She got $200,000, and in return for that $200,000, she signed over 50% of the appreciation that she would get going forward.
How much did her home appreciate to?
That's the ugly part of this.
Right.
So in the time from 2018 to 2025, when she came to us, her house had appreciated from $1.5 million to $2.7 million. And what that looked like when we sat down to pay it off, she owed $800,000 to get out of that contract. And
then she still had the existing mortgage too, right?
She had still been paying on her $600,000 mortgage, yeah.
So was that deal doable, or what ended up happening?
In the time from 2018 to 2025, she had obviously gotten older. Her house had appreciated, and interest rates changed. So we were able to use the $2.7 million value and get her paid out, get the $600,000 mortgage off, and pay off that HEI of $800,000.
So what advice would you have, Shana, for the reverse professionals watching right now regarding HEIs when they're out meeting at the kitchen table or on the phone, whatever it might be, with an older homeowner?
I think when you sit down with your older homeowner and you're showing them the options with the reverse mortgage, you're showing them options for a loan where they're putting their home up as collateral, just like any other mortgage. They have promised an unknown appreciation dollar amount. I mean, this lady didn't know that her house was going to appreciate $1.2 million from 2015 to 2018 to 2025. I don't know that she would have done it at that time. The big takeaway from this is if you sat down and put pencil to paper and figured out how much of an equivalent interest rate that $800,000 payback was, that's 27% interest.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody gets upset that we're charging, 8.5 or 9% on the proprietary products, that's a heck of a lot less than 27%.
Even when you factor in closing costs, yeah, much less than 27.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's quite the experience, and I'm sure it will not be the last that you've run across with HEIs. I want to thank you so much for joining us, Shana. Now, for those of you that are working with homeowners day in and day out, this is the new Frontline. Home equity investments are not just competing with reverse mortgages on product structure, they're also competing on the narrative of no debt, and that's a powerful message, even when the economic reality is far more complex. After all, a large future balloon payment sure looks and feels a lot like a debt obligation. To be fair, though, home equity investment companies do incur risks. If the home values remain stagnant or decline or drop, they stand to lose as well. However, this is also a reminder for reverse mortgage pros to begin asking more detailed questions early in the conversation. Consider asking the homeowner if they've seen any HEI ads. Ask if they've ever considered or explored a home equity investment. You may be the first person to help them understand what that decision could mean 5 or 10 years down the road if they have an illustration from that company, and also how a reverse mortgage or other equity-based options for seniors compare. After all, you could be the one person who could save a homeowner a great deal of grief years down the road. What are your thoughts? Let us know if you've run into HEI contracts or helped someone refinance out of one, such as the story that Shana shared. You can do that below. And also, if you would consider sharing this video on your LinkedIn network, we thank those of you that do that each week. Don't forget, we have a YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. That way you never miss any of our latest content. If you want to catch up on reverse mortgage news, we've got just the solution for you. Our weekly podcast, HECM World Weekly. We have both an audio and a video edition, and listeners can listen and subscribe on Apple Music and Spotify. Thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to return next week for more reverse mortgage news, commentary, and analysis you'll only find right here at HECM World. Have a great week.